How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, we got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels today. Yesterday, we had a bunch of them over for the region of EU. Today, we're hopping over in the region of NA. Boys, how y'all doing today? Hope everybody's having a good one. Yo, 11:05 coming out real soon. So that is very, very exciting. I cannot wait. It's literally happening in a few days, and it's like right now I got myself a schedule where I'm basically just like I got a lot of things I want to be working on as soon as the patch launches, but until then it's almost like, all right, well, I guess there's a lot of prep work you can do to a limited amount though, because there's like some footage and some things on PTR. There's like a couple of things I wanted to record for the new stuff, but it's like, so we have a build on PTR, and PTR builds are not exactly the same as whenever things go live. What's up, my man? How you doing, Conan? Hope you're doing good, my guy. But yeah, it's like there's a couple of things. I got a bunch of guides. I got a bunch of things. I got a bunch of like do these kind of things in the new update. But it's like I'm just trying to get some of those details because I feel like a lot of there's going to be a handful of details that I'm definitely going to miss if I just were to like release that video tomorrow. And it's like, okay, well, I'm probably gonna get something wrong, right? So I'm just trying to be as careful as I can be on my end. It's a lot of me yapping, a lot of blabber jabber that doesn't really matter, but matters to me. Fully erect, waiting for the duels. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's get weird. Let's go weird, man. I'm perfectly good with that. Yesterday, we actually had a couple of unusual games, I'd say. Frost DK actually being able to hold their own toe-to-toe with some of the other classes like Rogues, for instance. It was wild, man. Right at the Apocalypse DK, it seems to be the play. Like, pretty sure Deathbringer is going to be insane once they actually, like, think 11:05 comes out, because they're juicing that one, and it's already, like, a really good hero spec. Already, it's insanely good. It just doesn't have a lot of options, and they're giving them more options and choices in the what is it, hero spec talent tree and stuff. Big Bob, get it here, my guy. But like, yeah, nerf DK to the nerf, please. Okay, if they do a nerf Death Knights like Frost only in PvE content, Blizzard. If you do nerf anything, just PvE, not PvP, please buff them in PvP. Just give them a bit more survivability, right? You want to reduce some of their damage, some of the burst, make them a little bit less of like burst, but have a bit better sustain. I'm cool with that. Full group, let's go! Boris, my man! So we need 3 more for my team, and then we got 2 teams that are good and ready to go. You know, like in the nerfed, with the damage, it's 978 grips and stuns and silences. 979, you're missing one, maybe 2. But yeah, for real though, that is a lot. Like I'd be fine if they had like better sustain damage. Less of just like overwhelming burst. I mean, like Unholy is fine, but they have like I'd make Unholy hit a little harder, but maybe make it like a proper melee class and just make him just a little bit tinky, because I feel like right now they get shredded, right? If a melee sits on him, they just get shredded. For a play class, you should probably have some passive defense, right? They can maybe like give them a little more survivability so they can like stay in, but like reduce some of the damage. I feel like warriors right now are perfect, right? You hit them, they don't die easily, but they do quite a bit of damage. There's the obvious burst damage, then there's obvious sustained damage, and it's like all super predictable, and like you can see it, right? You can see as it's happening. You know the parts where, okay, this is dangerous, and okay, this is not that dangerous. And then you have like Death Knights, which is just like, you know, sometimes it's like, okay, damage kind of sneaks up on you, but they also get shredded. I don't know. It's like a weird glass cannon thing to get going on. There's so many DKs, almost impossible to play cutting class. Sure. That is I'm pretty sure if I would check Dressfar, they're pretty out there, right? The most popular melee class in solos at the very least. I assume in RBGs too. If the Dressfar stats are accurate, which they usually are. Can I do solo shuffle? Because arena is a little different than solo shuffle. No, apparently Unholy Death Knights are not the highest. It's Shadow Priest, Affliction Warlocks, Marksman Hunters to the range are ruling it, then Feral Druids, Holy Paladin, Disc Priest, Fury Warriors above Unholy. So that's a little different. It used to be Unholy really up there. That changed a lot. Frost is way in the back, dude. Buff Frost a little bit. Man, Marksman. Marksman makes sense actually. Shadow Priest is kind of wild. but they've been good from the get-go. I think it's just people are finally now picking up the whiff of it. And after you, they've been good from the get-go. Feral Druid's got really juice, so it's like you just put up bleeds and everything melts. So I don't blame anybody. Bro, rogue representation is in a dumpster. Holy. Please buff. Or if you nerf Feral Druids a little bit, then I think rogues will be in a better spot. Because right now we just get shredded. Alrighty, we still need 3 more for this team and we'll be good to go. Hard to cut, yeah. Warrior as a Feral. Hard to cut a damn warrior as a Feral. Hold on. You play Feral? Okay, hold on. You play Feral? I feel like if Feral right now is the most popular melee in solos, I feel like if you are playing the most popular melee, you should probably just be like, mum's the word. Mum's the word. We probably shouldn't have the most popular class calling everybody else OP. Because you're basically OP. That's really the most popular class. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But no. Yeah, I don't know. Like yesterday we had a Feral Druid versus a Warrior dueling each other. Ferals could definitely like weave around. I just started playing Feral. Hey, welcome to the most popular class. I don't think that excuses anything. I would just check in. Those guys are doing the best out of melee, so like you're playing literally the best that it can be. So like, I don't know if it's fair to call other classes main as a lock. I don't think it's fair to call Warlock is what, second best? That's kind of wild. Hold on, second best ranged? And the start they had at the start of season 1? I mean, you play meta classes there apparently. There it is, man. Doing them in on NA today, friend. Yeah, so we still need 3 more for this team. I'm guessing Conan is with Boris, right? Who else do I invite, man? Who else do I invite? Blah? Who's blah blah again? Smog? Wait. Hey, Smog, wanna join some duels? I don't know if he's already. Oh, he's a battle Galeas. Never mind. He just joined. Alright, who else do I invite, man? Hockey? Hey. Oh, he's doing the thing. Hey, duels today? I'll just ask him anyway. I'll just set him up anyway. Yeah, EU Friday. Sure, in a bit. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Okay, cool. So we can get hockey, and we still need 2 more afterwards. And to become a billionaire was never an excuse ever, but always, so. I mean, I don't know, man. What if somebody came up to you? Let's right now, Shadow Priests are at the top of the ladder in solos. They're literally everywhere. There's more Shadow Priests than any other spec in the game. What if somebody is coming up to you that's literally Giga Shadow Priest, like super geared, they're at the top of the game, literally best class in the world right now for PvP, and he comes up to you and he's like, hey, your class, whatever the hell you're playing, is overpowered. You'd be like, dude, you play Shadow Priest, you're literally the best out there. But I used to play a survival hunter back in 1985. Ha, take that. Like, you would tell him, doesn't matter, you're playing literally the best class right now, shut up. Like, it doesn't invalidate it. And I feel like that's kind of situation coming up right now. But I used to do this thing for like 2 seconds back in the day. Doesn't matter, like you're playing the best of the best right now. Shut up. Just, you know what, just log in, have fun, keep pumping. Your class is literally designed for that. I don't think you have an excuse to call anyone else OP when you're literally playing the thing that's OP. You know what I mean? To be fair, everyone plays everything now. It doesn't take long to get gear. Yeah, but it's just like, it just feels crass to just be like literally playing the strongest thing in the world, calling everybody OP, and it's like, bro. You know what I mean? Like if you're a class that's just out down in the dumps, right? Maybe like I don't know, let's say like current survival hunters, which are not terrible, but like you don't see a lot of them. Most people play marksman right now, but they do have a bit of a hard time going through the actual like solos or whatever. Like time spent on a survival hunter getting high score, it's like, oh shit, that's impressive, well done, you did really good for yourself. But if somebody does it on Shadow Priest, it's like, well, you know, they're meta, so you know, it's kind of expected you to do well. You know what I mean? To reported trying to me the other day, that it didn't matter that I had 0 gear because it's all about achievements. What do you mean, like PvP? Well, gear probably matters a little because versatility, right? You're lacking a lot of it. 60, 80, so there's bound to be some overlap. I don't think like the number of max levels you have is like, oh well, I have this many characters, therefore, you know, it just still comes out weird. I don't know, like it's just like, yeah, like I'm just trying to remember like when Outlaw was OP, and it was like towards the end of BFA it was very, very good, and like Shadowlands was pretty OP, right? So it's like when Might Spec OP, I wasn't sitting there like saying, oh, this class is busted, oh, that class is busted. I just took it like, hey, my time in the spotlight, I'm gonna have fun with it for now, right? Everybody else said my class is OP, I was like, yeah, I don't disagree. When they said like, oh, your class is OP because of the cooldown reduction, I'm like, no, that's actually been a mechanic from the get-go, and we only got good because of the damage that we do now. That mechanic is not the problem. I don't think it would be fixing the class. You know, it looks not bad because now you're seeing the class, now you're noticing the mechanic, but that mechanic was always there, and it's been there since day one, and the class was not OP since day one. You know what I mean? It's like, please don't nerf the mechanic that makes my class unique and fun. That is not the problem. Otherwise, it would have been a problem from the get-go. I think the problem is the damage, and that's probably where it could be reduced because I can just put up way too much damage way too consistently. Give me a burst button, right? Take away some sustain, give me a proper burst button, make me a bit more homogenized to subtlety and assassinations, but it's like, let's actually talk about ways to fix my class. You know what I mean? Let's actually talk about it. I'm down. Oh man. Flex, I'm assuming he's already in. Big Bob is already in my group. Squid? Kavi. Wait. Oh, wait, Kavi. Hold on. Hey, Kavi. Hey, Kavi. Wanna join duels? You know what I mean? DKs could grip 4 times in a row. I think it's only twice. I think they only get 2. Like, unless you mean blood DK. Even that, I think it's only twice. I think it's twice grip. And not gore fiends, grippy hand, but I don't know if you count it because it's only one single grip, but it's like a cooldown. A-bomb will do it twice as well. No, last time A-bombs gripped was back in Legion. They have the big A-bomb pet they summoned, but it's a replacement for the army. But that guy, all he does is walks, spreads diseases, and melees. He doesn't actually grip. No, they haven't had a grippy A-bomb since Legion. Yeah, so, yeah. I think I'm confusing literally Legion Odison versus now. They only have 2 grips. If you read through the talents, there's like a bottom right capstone or near capstone talent tree that gives them 2 death events, 2 death and decays, and 2 grips. Which is not a hard talent point to invest into. Grippy hands will only do it if you get too far away. Yeah, it only will like yoink you once. It used to yoink you back to back to back when they initially implemented it back in SL. Does A-bomb reset the grip? No, A-bomb does not reset the grip. I think you're literally confusing it from Legion A-bomb, because the current A-bomb is just a replacement for Army of the Dead. Yeah, that's literally all it does. It's just an Army of the Dead, but instead of multiple pets, just one big one, and he spreads diseases passively. They take disease at DK7. It's not like a new one or anything. Yeah, I think you're confused on it. This is where, especially when I see situations like, oh, this class is OP. Okay, but do you know how the class works? Yeah, they have this mechanic, and I tell you, that's not the mechanic they even have right now. That's not even something they possess. They did way years ago, but not right now. This tells me that you might be having a hard time with DKs because maybe you don't fully understand how they work from PvP perspective, or whatever mechanic you're trying to describe. Not, it's just like a slide against you. It's just like, hey, it's a lot of classes, it's a lot to learn, but being accurate and understanding, like fully understanding what they do and how they work, I think is the easiest way to like figure out how to beat them. You know what I mean? I don't care about anything until Pharaoh and then mages fix. Yeah. Frost mages? Is that what you mean? Frost mages giving you trouble? Wait, does Yar want to join in? Hey, Yar, want to join? Duels? I'll hit him up, see what he says. Because he's in a Mugabala right now, but maybe he'll be down. Because we need a Ronobasso will be good to go, boys. New Ronobasso will be good to go. Most? Is that supposed to be most or moist? It's probably moist, dude. This is shaman. It's 100% moist. It's a shaman. Nidalee, what are you doing? Dude, I miss Nidalee. We gotta do some keys with her, dude. What the hell? Ninja, I'm pretty sure he's back. Nidalee is playing. I don't think anybody else is playing though. We used to have a big group of people back at BFA that played together, man. Nidalee was one of my favorite people from there. Here, her, Ninja, and then Savavisivo. And then we had Young, and Young was a troublemaker. Did I actually hear someone complain about Demorlock yesterday? Oh yeah. I mean, I guess if you play the game long enough, you'll have people complain about like classes. Every class in the game, even if it's like down in a dumpster, down bad. You know what I mean? That shit happens all the time. Because like, not everybody keeps up with every single class on who's meta, who's not meta, all those things, right? Just not everybody does. But yeah. All right, who else can I invite? Conan, you are in the group, right? I'm assuming you are. When you do a Mossman, we're good to go. Does Exiled? Animon, who is Exiled? Does he duel? Does he join these regularly? We're trying to get 632. Oh, gee. Wait, isn't 632 really good? 632 is very good. What the hell? What? Wait. I'm in a group. Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. Wait, isn't 632 really good? Do you mean 532? What's up, Dale? What's up, JK? Doing, man? If I hold a spot next week or so, yeah, I'll hold the spot for the next week, man. With 2 hunters, yo, that's a lot of hunters. That's a lot of hunters. Jash, I know he doesn't do these. Let me ask Exiled. Who is Exiled? F Mage. Hey, Exiled. Wanna join? I don't remember this guy's joined duels. I don't have a note for him, so I have no idea who this man is, but I'll ask him. Or Lux. I feel like we just have like pharaohs galore though. We have a lot of pharaohs already. We get Kaderic and pharaoh, so I feel like it's already like a lot going on. I'm assuming flexes with the Boris. Yeah, but we need Wunomas, boys. If you got any homies you want to invite, man, more than welcome to. I'm just waiting for Wunomas then. Bayek? Oh, that's a you. Never mind. Never mind. Oy. So you know Nomaz, boys, and we're good to go. One more, and we got 2 groups ready. So if you got any homies you want to invite to these, first time in the duels, fresh blood, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful, dude. Where's Shield? Where's Chicago? Because we need just literally 1 to fill those spots, and we'll be good to go. But also, yo, yesterday Frost DK actually popped off. I feel like looking back at the footage, I think he had some really good like matchups for him. But Leo popped off over in the U, man. Do I care about item level? Not necessarily. The way that I run these duels is literally anybody and everybody is welcome. If you want to come in with literally no gear, it's up to you. It's really your choice. If you got like a full set of honor gear, more than welcome to, man. You know what I mean? Okay, Exiled hit me with a what? So he has no idea. I don't even know who Exiled is. So there's that. Cool. Dude, I gotta clean up my BNet, man. I gotta clean out some people because I have no notes for some of them and I don't know who that person even is. So I'm just like, I feel like I need to clean it out and keep all my dueling homies in and all my actual IRL friends or whatever, because I got so many people I don't even know who they are. I just have them added, but I like never interact with them ever. So I'm just like, I should just clean this thing up a little bit. Hurtful body is a good day now. Hey man, my man, I would be doing good. Not well, yeah, yes and no. We need 1 more. We got 2 groups basically ready. My group just needs uno más, and we're good to go. Do a purge. I probably like I need to, but it's like I really have to like. So I have to feel like I feel like I have to play some Sherlock Holmes here. You know what I mean? Get my spyglass and everything here, because I need to go through the name. Figure out if I know this person, see if I had any previous messages with them, because sometimes I don't have a note, but it's a homie. And I just like, I'm so dumb brained. I don't remember names super well. Like name like Krager that I see all the time, I could easily do. When I see Conan, I could easily do that. All those things. Yo, getting him, my man. Getting him, my guy. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. Still trying to learn. Hey man, that's the best time to learn is within the 5v5 goes in the actual fire and flames, dude. That's where the metal gets tested. Actually just jumping into the deep end But you actually learn how classes play a lot when you 1v1 them. Not a lot of people really duel anymore, so you don't really learn what classes do in a 1v1 setting. But that translates into arenas pretty well, actually. All right, so making generic lead, and we are good. All right, Canary, hit me up with the when we're good and all that. Copy lead, I bounce, invite, spectator match, generic, and Boris 5 in the grand 1. Beautiful. Beautiful. But seriously, dude, duels is how players used to learn how to, like, fight other classes and what everybody did. That used to be a thing. Not as many people participate in that anymore. Dueling has been a favorite pastime of so many for years now. Ever since the game's inception. And I feel like this is where you could really learn what other classes do. Because it's just you versus the other class and how you counter them or what you do. And that stuff translates pretty well. Surprisingly pretty well. Because I don't want to erase the homie. Exactly. Like I really would need to comb it with a fine-tooth brush. Is that what people say? Fine-tooth brush? I don't even. But like I really would want to make sure that I'm not like eating a friend or somebody that I know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I do need to find the time to do it. I really do. But like, yeah, it's gonna be like a couple hours of like just looking through everybody and dissecting it and all that, because there's some people I've literally never spoken to and I'm just like, who is this person? I don't remember adding them ever, and I just have them, which is cool. Like I know I have YouTube, maybe they just watch the videos and just want to have me added or whatever, but it's like I want to narrow it down to people I interact with on a regular, you know what I mean? The Twitch, it's because the one it's very different. Glad's gonna be first up. Media defensive versus Conan. That's Conan not giving this man any breathing room whatsoever. Trinkets for both of them. Conan just continuing the pressure. Now he's also popping his own defensive cooldowns. Big bleeds out for Glass, but does go in for a big execute. This is where I feel like at some point, especially if you've seen cooldowns out of the other guy, running away may actually be a viable option. That or a Desktop or any kind of CC or no one to retreat with the back away. I guess you also did have Rallying Cry available. Fairland trying to see if you just get blasted out Conan. A couple of Pirate Blasts back to back, trying to see if that'll be no pressure. Conan will need to be very careful with that Ultra, because they're just going to give Fairland an opportunity to reset a lot of the health, reset the position. Immediate fear by Conan. If he can just lock down the mage, and it's a fire mage, so it's only a single block that is gonna wait out for. Gonna be able to get, yeah, exactly. Something like that is gonna happen. Technically, you could just move and run away. I do wish there was like some scaling with item level, like especially if you're on a lower end of gear, going into PvP situations. What if they just gave it like a little bit of a scale up, right? Just a little bit of a scale up to make things a little bit closer. And as you get a full set of honor gear, conquest gear, things get even more even, and then it's a much closer match. I think stuff like that from Legion is what people like, the scaling. You didn't have to worry about the gear too much, and differences were a lot lower. But yeah, Poly onto Conan does not play the Poly. That doesn't let the other guy heal. That is a PvP talent that's very popular with mages within duels. That's going to be all the time for Phelan. Got himself a bit of health. Has a cheat death in case they need to. Breath combusted already, but a stun lock on a Conan. You can't really stop the damage unless you can get away from the guy. Might be looking at the cheat death potentially here. Still Pyro blasting Conan back to back. As long as you get away from that leap, reflect him for a second. Trying to see if you can blink away the knockback. Maybe set it a little early. I think you wanted to knock, then blink. Got the cheat death. Maybe it'll be enough. Tell me you have a shield. Tell me you have an absorb available. You just got to stay away from Conan as they're just building up more of the damage. But the meteors from the Phoenix or from Sun Fury or Fun Fury are just gone. Meteor coming down does not get to do the Nova. Blinking a little bit early. He's trying to use blinks for mobility, but you gotta be very careful with that Stormbolt every single time. I know you're low on health. Panic setting in. Could potentially be really bad for you. Ultra, as long as you are fine, you might want to position away from the Ultra to get you some mobility. Super low. May need to Ultra. Does Ultra last second. Conan picking up a little bit of health. And fairly, I don't know if there's anything else you can do right now. If you can just throw one more weapon at you, technically you do have Frozen. Blinking a little too early. Reflect up, and it's going to be Conan going to charge in. If you are going to be playing Blinks and using for mobility, you might as well go Shimmer, because I feel like at that point, you can at least move around. You won't have a way to break out of those stuns, but you got to be very, very careful with those blades too. Conan tried to see if he could just keep that momentum going on to Hockey. Immediately got himself a Siphon. Is that Siphon dot's going to be enough just to take out Conan? Did have a Void Rift though. Did have a Void Rift, and Conan had no help whatsoever. Needs some kind of a way to catch up. Reflect for a quick second. Mindful Insanity. Hockey does not want to get interrupted. Conan is picking up quite a bit of health right now though too. Got himself lots of damage. Stun onto Hockey. The pet is out for Hockey. Goes in for a fear. Conan breaking out of it. Fear onto Hockey, but that voidy monstrosity does not get feared. Hockey with a void operational to back away. Does get the big explosive Stormbolt last second out of our warrior friend, but it just was not enough. A vendor. Wait, what's the name? Vende Lorenu. Wait. Vendor? I want to call him Vendor. I might call him Vendor. Oh, L'Oreal. like the shampoo commercials. I guess a blood off, honestly, would probably be perfect for a L'Oreal commercial, to be honest. Stun outside around the corner as a Beastmaster Hunter tried to blast on Hockey, but Hockey picked up quite a bit of damage towards Venti. Man might be under a lot of trouble. Big Mindful Insanity. If you get interrupted, you'll be in trouble. Does get himself a Chimeric. Hockey needs to survive. He doesn't have any outs anymore. Unless you can go for maybe a fear. He has nothing. He has nothing. Either needs to kill or needs to heal. Trying to live. And it looks like Venti had just enough pressure to put him on the back foot without a disperse. At that moment, it was tough. Bob leaping in. Does get himself a freezing trap immediately. Venti immediately trinkets. Are you just dead to a single rake from a... Yes. You are actually just dead to a single rake from a feral. I am confused and impressed at the same time, honestly. Fern is going to be up next, backing up away into the room. This is where Bob just goes in. Big Incarnate is available. Trinket not up for the stun. Does have a wall here available, so this is his best opportunity to commit some damage for Fern. He's playing Marksman, not a lot of self-healing. Bob trying to see if he can back up out of there for Fern. He's got great defenses, got a great bit of damage behind the pillar together with the rapid fire. Does not get the volley, but is trying to see if he can kite Big Bob into the volley. While he's under the volley, you can hit him through the pillar. And Fern does have a big wall available, but only one trinket. Scatter onto Bob while he's kind of low in health. Trying to go for an aim shot. Will not be able to go through it for it. Next rapid fire could be huge potentially. Bob looking to escape out of the clutches of death here. Needs a bear for healing, but I think he's out of ability to do so for a bit. Fern, I think I just tried to go for a reset. I think he's trying to maybe go for a reset or try to get himself a better position. Bob able to recover a lot of health, however, and I think Fern is going to pull back those traps, sit around the corner, going for a camo, going for the reset. For Bob, this is not the worst spot to be in because at least he caught up. For Fern, I think he realized that, okay, if I chase into the feral, I'm going to put myself in a bad spot. I am a marksmanship hunter. I can only do so much. NA or EU? NA, Cat, if you want to join us. Yeah. NA. Is Tyke realm EU or NA? Tyke is... NA, I'm pretty sure. Wait. I guess, is there Tech countries on EU? I know there's Ragnaros EU and Ragnaros NA. I assume there's a EU and NA version of each realm. Yeah, I have no idea. Has always been a license for you to be able to presence forever. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I guess that could also happen too, right? If you added somebody from back in the day. I do have a homie that haven't played the game in a long while. There are some homies that are going to stay with presence forever, though. Yeah, I definitely have those. Things great, so I can't compete. Oh, unfortunate, man. Wait. Huh? I mean, you? Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, we do EU Fridays, Scott, if you want to join us then. Bob got himself mostly all the cooldowns back. Fern actually has everything available, denying the feral proper rake stun. It is going to be immediate stun onto Bob, though. Does burn a trinket a little early. Was that a pet stun? No, I think it was a freezing trap that he burned it on. Stun right after with a wailing area. He's got some big damage, full cooldowns, but he just cannot maximize those cooldowns with the feral go behind the pillar. Scatter for a second. He needs to keep the feral away from the pillar. That or volley and get a great position on that volley so that Big Bob cannot catch a reset stun on that rapid fire, which is going to put the hunter back a bit. The less rapid fires he can get. Freeze the trap perfectly, but it's a stun either way out of Bob. Turtle Shell as he goes in for a bite. He's got Incarnation for Fern. I don't know if you survive it. I think you just die out to the bleeds, right? I think it just added the bleeds. Yeah, there's just no shot. As soon as the feral got the dots on you, it's over. Little JT as an elemental shaman needs to find the feral druid as soon as possible. The guy's down. No trinket. Wall coming up very, very soon. He's got himself the earth elemental. Looks like the feral does get caught out by I think a root showed him. Earth Elemental does not get him in the aggro. Bob somehow caught out of stealth. I'm not even sure how. Is this still left over down from the hunter maybe? Like some random surplus rig or something? That or maybe the pet got him out some way somehow. It's gonna be short started to Lil JT. Does go for the trinket. Full lava burst available. Bob does have the pillar. And this way, Lil JT, if you can keep him out in the open and just keep blasting him, you are also taking quite a bit of that bleed damage though. So Bob went in for a hit and run. And that's gonna be his strategy, a big hit and run strategy. As he got himself bear form, friends and regen, Lil JT charging around the pillar. Light the lasso does stun the guy, putting him right in the corner where you can't really escape him. Does freeze him, but a bash hits you either way. Isn't enough damage. The feral druid could potentially maybe make the play, but no. Wall out of Lil JT. Got himself a bit of shielding. And Caneric is the last one left. Is he gonna give this man an honor duel? I don't think he is. Well, I think he's trying to, well, yes and no, sort of, kinda. Giving him at least a second to catch his breath for a moment, but not his health bar. Goes in for a stun. Does go for the meld there. Big bite. I think it's over, right? Yeah, he does, little JT. Those bleeds are gonna do the work. Nelf is gonna be up next. Or good night. Wait, what is it? Elf? I'm gonna call you Elf, dude. I'm gonna call you Elf. That's flex. Good night, Elf. Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't even understand it. Leap by Caneric does not have a trinket anymore. Maim onto Nelf does not have a trinket either. Does have himself pet sack, can't escape the Earth Souls. I think he's gonna get rooted if he tries to leave. Does get himself the bird attack from the sky. Caneric with a wall available. Is gonna be a wall available for Nelf as well. Does have the gazelle. It barely does anything. Grenades getting thrown in. Caneric actually taking a bit of damage though. Heart of the Wild is up, but at this high dampening at the 10-minute mark at the 52% healing reduction, he can barely heal. And if he has the pet that adds a healing reduction debuff, a Mortal Strike, Caneric cannot get any healing. That freezing trap is gonna stop him. Place Nelf, making sure there's a hunter's mark on him. You just gotta dodge the next stun. Harpoons in. Caneric just bails. He knew that it was over. Technically, if he still had a bash, I imagine bash, convoke, see if you can land a kill. I think there was still a chance there, potentially. But looks like the feral druids do get topped by hunters at the end. By the looks of it, it is a lot of hunters on one team. It's a lot of druids on the other, so it's quite a lot to deal with. Let's get us another one going. Caneric and Boris, let me know if teams are ready. Let me get another one going. Boris got it ready? Beautiful. Beautiful. Shake hands, all good, bro. That happens to me all the time, man. First game jitters is what I call it. Finally done the first KSM. Nice. Hell yeah, bud. Yeah, KSH, let's go, dude. Wait, KSM or KSH? Wait. First ever KSM. Oh, hell yeah, KSM. That's awesome. Hell yeah. You know one more? All right, invite. Invite. Yeah. We'll need a +1. If you guys want to join, more than welcome to. We got duels over on the NA this time around. Thank you for the chance. No problem, man. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Let me also pop the how to join duels thing. Don't know if it helps anybody. It might help maybe at least somebody. Chicago! Hey, beauty. How you doing? How you doing? Good message. There we go. Alrighty, this group is set. The other group is ready. We're gonna make Caneric still lead. And then if Caneric got a bounce later, we can always make Chicago lead or hockey or whoever. Let's mix things up a bit. Let's mix things up a little bit. Do we just do Blade's Edge? You guys say Blade's Edge. Let's do a Dalaran Sewers. Let's do a Dalaran Sewers, not Blade's Edge yet. Maybe we won't even Blade's Edge. No edging in this stream, man. Try new talent combos, excited to nervous. Hey man, hell yeah. Hell yeah, this is the best time to actually try new stuff. So like if you got like a new build or something different you want to try, this would be a great place to like test it. Because if it works in 1v1, then maybe it'll work outside of other places too, right? Perfect opportunity to test defenses, offenses, all those things. And I hope that we'll see even more like hero talent tuning too on top of it. Because I feel like that's where the game is going to be peak. If you can get the tuning down right, so you can have more variety in classes you can play or whatever, I feel like that's going to be the best. Actually the best. Well, yeah. Well, we want to make it better geared. Yeah, man. Well, welcome to him. Badge hard to beat survival and depth. Oh, okay. I feel that. Yeah. I guess there's always convoke. You could always just maybe like rage for some of the big bites, but I feel that. Switch. Still trying to learn the devastation PvP combo. Yeah, Dev is pretty interesting, man. It's a lot of burst damage, but very, 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 very specific how you gotta play it. Fornax is gonna be first up versus Chicago as he's trying to see if he can position near the pillar. It is a marksmanship armor, so you either gotta pull him back to you or find a way to attack him immediately. Biting shot around the corner, volley around the other side, so he can actually still hit you unless he doesn't have the talent. Wait, does Fern have the PvP, the talent for volley? I don't think he does. He is trying to see if he can get a botting shot of Chicago, but you waited it out the entire time. Backing away for a second. Chicago trying to get behind the pillar. That rapid fire is still sweating right through you. Got some ghost tools, but trying to save the defenses for later. Trinket, big ascend right after. Aim shot is available for Avern, but he's taking so many zaps. The big Tempest Lightning Bolt, immediate exile. Wall is available. Chicago trying to see if he can maximize the damage. Doom Winds, Ascendance plus Bloodlust is such. Wait, he actually does not use Doom Winds. Hold on a second, use Bloodlust, but not Doom Winds, so he still has that as a separate combo later. I think it was maybe meaning trying to use all those abilities together, but he technically can save Doom Winds and use it together with Bloodlust. Unless it bugged out on my screen. Leaping in, does get a Chimeric Poison for a second with a Freezing Trap right after. Only way you could really stop it is if you like, could predict like, oh yeah, definitely going to be a Freezing Trap, definitely going to try to back me up out of there. Lasso to follow as Fern does not have an out for a bit. Human Racial not available for a moment. Backing up out of there, at least created some space versus Chicago as they're trying to go for Frost Shocks to slow down the Hunter. The more aim shots you can do, the better. There is a totem. I don't know if he can purge it. Can you purge the totem? Like the main big shield from the get-go? Because if you got Trank Shot just for that, that would be huge. Just zap it out the pad as best as possible. Sudden double go ghost was wailing arrow, full burst available for Fern, full stun and everything. Chicago could be under a lot of trouble. No wall or anything available. Totem got used pretty early on. And Fern is getting zapped out one Tempest into a lightning bolt right through the heart. That was so clean. Just need a little bit of Maelstrom and got all of it. Little JT running in full Flame Shock spread on the pets, as well as Chicago has a Lava Burst to the ready. Wants to send it. Got even more totems early. Blaster coming through the wall, but he can't really send it and capitalize on a big Lava Blast yet, or Lava Lash rather yet. Not Lava Lash. Lava Burst. Lava Burst. Also, I thought for a second he was maybe enhanced because he's going up a Bail, but no. It's going to be full Bloodlust available for Chicago with Doomins and everything. I'm actually going to get to see, does humans bug out and doesn't go on cooldown? I don't think it does actually. No, it doesn't go on cooldown. Okay, so it wasn't like used together. Big ascend up for a little JT. Got him some procs of ascend. Chicago dropping down a grinded tome, I think, for a second there. That or little JT was just hitting the pad set. I'm not really sure, unless he's just cleaving and I'm getting confused. Which is a very, very much a possibility. GT tried to go for a bit of south heal. Chicago trying to get around the corner. JT actually leaping out in the open. If you have yourself a good setup right now, Chicago is out here. You can't hide behind any of your damage. But also it's a question, does Chicago build up for damage on their own? Looks like the Alien Blast, the Lava Birds all flying up. Trinket out of little JT. Got him some big primordial setup versus Chicago, but they're going to round the bend behind the pillar. Do they have the damage of their own, though? Ascendant's coming up very, very soon. Does get a kick. Leaping on top of it with a thunder. Knocked back the to this place. Little JT leaping right after Chicago. Does not want to give him any line of sight. He's got himself the damage, he's got himself the ancestors, all that together. Chicago trying to see if he can blast him out. It's just all out damage between the two shamans right now. Full burst, bloodless humans, everything for Chicago. A little JT separating it with a bit of a light lasso. Got him some big primordial coming up very, very soon. Catching up on a bit of healing. As long as he doesn't get interrupted with Chicago, he's gonna be fine. And I'm switching to rogue person completely. Jesus, what have I done? Intro by Chicago. I think little JT might be. No kick. Hold on. No kick. Just gonna cast. You can't lynch him. You can't stop it. Oh, the kicks on Shaman. Like when you got nothing else left, that is the disadvantage of enhancement. You can't do much. But the big ascent, full chain, full burst. There you can stop here. He had himself a bit of damage coming up, but full ascend. Just huge burst, and versus Nelf, he doesn't go with ascend. This would have been a perfect time for Shaman to just take this momentum. Wasn't gonna let it. Now we just wanted to give him an honorable bow, and Chicago was going to be honorable as well. No one would have blamed you for just immediately taking your full burst, full momentum into the Hunter, though. At least I wouldn't have blamed you at all. But Chicago is way too loyal, way too honorable for that. Wall out versus Nelf, as he got himself not a lot of damage, but taking big lightning bolts, though. Immediate wall after this. He may have to go for some damage of his own, too. Wait. Actually, he might have went for damage. It just doesn't show up on his bars, does it? Because I don't see coordinated assault anywhere. Yeah, I don't see coordinated assault anywhere, so I'm assuming maybe he did that. So then Wall does trade something. It just looked like it was like Just wall for Chicago, not a trade with Nell. Them zaps though, the Tempest though. How many more of those can you get? That's double. Lightning bolt. You get another proc. Needs a lot of Maelstrom. Just getting stuck over there with the lunar shower, trying to see if you can back up out of there. But the charge trap, as well as the pet not letting it go anywhere. Medic bandage for Nell does not get a lot of recovery. Question is, do you have medic bandages? Do you actually have bandages that you can buy from the auction house? Because if you have those and no flame shock, you can get a proper reset. I think you start to see if you can go for a camo. Chicago used to have the pet constantly CC, taking down the totem, but it does get rooted. Freezing trap around the corner. If you have grounding, perfect. Stopping it completely. Chicago get rooted for a second. Now trying to keep it in place as best as possible. Biting shot as well as chimeric poison. Chicago trinkets out of it. Do you have a big Tempest? Because that Tempest could just end it. Trying to build up some damage. Lost. Oh, hold on a second. The flanking strike at the end does just enough damage. And you just stand there looking at his team like, team, I'm so dead. The damage survival hunters can put out is wild. If you, oh, look at Conan. Oh, look at Conan. Fairly, I think is trying to give him an auto dope by the looks of it. I don't really know. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Wait, hold on. Conan, next time, let's just hold on to those medic bandages. Because I don't know if, like, Fairly was trying to actually give him an auto duel or not. Either way, Fairly can't do anything about it. It's just like, okay, I guess I have to give him an auto duel now. Now there's not no choice. All good, my man. All good. Yeah, if you want, definitely Flex needs to go buy some medic bandages though. They're not expensive either. I thought it was an auto duel. I thought so too. Like if that's an auto duel, definitely you're more than welcome to. Right, definitely. All good. I just don't really know if Fairley was trying to go for an auto duel or not. Because he went to pick up the eyes, so I'm assuming that he is trying to find the survival hunter. But who knows, honestly. Who knows? Ultra is up for Fairley. Has an opportunity to at least reconnect and get a little bit of health. Got a full root onto an elf. As long as you get bursted by the flanking. Hold on. Wait, no ultra? Did you get purged? I think he might have either used ultra really early or got another buff like that right here, which is random form, ice form, which also gives you this clock icon above your head. Or got purged by Nelf. I had to go for a block, but I think it's over. One more kill shot and it's just dead. Oh, not even that. Grenade, and that's enough. Nell tried to catch up as much health as he can. He knows the Pharaoh is going to be coming up next. At least able to deny Bob the proper stealth opener with that rake. Able to at least put some moonfires. Freeze the trap on the Bob. Bob trinkets out of it. Could potentially go for a stun if you have one. Rooted Bob for a second. Just keeping Bob at bay. That's about all he can do. Turtle shell as soon as Bob closes the gap trying to go for Feral Frenzy. I don't know if you were able to turtle shell Feral, but it looks like you were. Your health is not going anyway. Just try to see if you can keep a distance from Bobbert over there as best as possible. Got yourself a couple of hits. Perfectly fine with the Feral going for a reset. You just want to deny him a re-stealth, but you're perfectly fine with letting the Feral just sit back there. Biting shot, just not letting this guy approach you at all. You just need to counter his goes. Root back-to-back roots, just trying to keep him in place. Flank a seconds and turns back to you. Got yourself a wall so you can stay in there a little longer. Coordinated assault, potentially big damage. Just needs one more big hit. Oh, and the grenade doesn't. But he knows there's another Feral up next. Trinket immediately. You have nothing left, and I don't think Kineric is gonna give you a fighting chance out of that one. That was still so good. The amount of control that a hunter can do with those little roots, little itty bitty CC versus a feral druid, and as he knows he's gonna leap in, freezing trap, knows he's gonna leap in, binding shot, knows he's gonna be trying to get next to you. You always have an owl, dude. He leaps, disengage immediately, making sure there's always a distance, and the hunter controls that distance at all times. Vendi gonna be up next. Full convoke, as long as you don't walk forward. It is going to be tricked out of Vendi. Does go for a interrupt and a stun onto Canary. Canary does go for trinket, running in over towards Vendi. Maybe looking for potentially, probably not wall at this point, right? He's got a lot of damage. This is where Vendi, if you can get some damage going on yourself, you might be good. Biting shut down. Wait, oh no! Oh no! DC! It's a Ursul's DC, isn't it? Or what was it? Leap? Charge? Wait, that is so wild. Hold on, you dead? Oh, Vendi barely died. Oh, he barely lived. Holy. Oh no. That was like a feral charge or skull bash DC. Is that still a thing? Because I know there was like some weird DCs for druids. Like when they would sprint and go way too quick. Thank you, bro. No, dude, you almost bled him up. Like the bleeds almost killed Vendi too. That DC was unfortunate, man. That was such an unfortunate DC, but Vendi took advantage of it immediately. But I think Haka should just be able to walk over to Vendi and just get a couple of Shadowboard deaths. And that was it. That was rough, man. That was rough. That reminded me of like when Demon Hunters used to have Fell Rush DC, right? You would rush and you would just DC randomly, or a monkey would roll, hit a wall, and you would just DC. I think it was one of those things, wasn't it? Something wild happened there. Hockey does get a juke out Conan. Last two out here in the middle of the dueling arena. Got himself a full void torn. Conan will not be able to avoid it. And as long as Hockey can void to avoid Conan, with the disperse he might be fine. Conan trying to go for as much damage as possible. He does have the eruption hitting him, able to reduce at least some of that damage, as Hockey cannot really maximize the damage while in disperse. Goes in for a silence versus Conan, needs some kind of a CC into a fear, does not have a Zerkins for this one, so he's able to actually get a proper fear. As dots are rolling in there doing damage, got himself a bit of a reflect, so Hockey better be very, very careful. No stun, no fear, no nothing. For Hockey, the only fear he has is the fear that this warrior could potentially end him right here. You just gotta get away. I don't know if you get roots. That tentacle as well as the void root may be enough right here. Oh, he just needed to buy himself a bit of time. Oh, that was so close. So close with now getting himself 3. The amount of control, the little stutter control that his Hunter can do is absolutely awesome in my opinion. I love it, man. I love it. You got yourself what is it, a grenade, you spawn the lunar thing, you harpoon to root in place, you tar trap into root in place for a second, then they try to get out of it, and it's just the constantly getting barraged by the bird. It is awesome, man. Let's get another going. Boris, let me know if you're ready. Kinetic said he's got 5, so Boris is good. We'll get another one going. Nice on Hockey. Oh, Hockey played really, really well. Yeah, all he had to do is just buy himself a bit of time. That rift, he can't avoid the damage from the rift. That's the worst part. Like the rift goes through walls too, so it's gonna chase after you. The best you can do is maybe like leap last second, or like grapple as a rogue, or sprint away from it, so at least avoid the damage that it does to you. That's about all you can do. And Boris needs a +1. If you guys want to join Team Boris, they will be listed under Molten Core for 5V5 1v1 DUELS. If you guys want to join them, more than welcome to. We got 4. That's fine. We'll get you guys a +1 here real quick. That'd be awesome. Do it yourself, become fatigued and more on fall asleep forever. Wait, what is that? What is that? Yeah, Jake just linked some kind of a debuff called Prestige Iron Man. Dude, they really need to give us like a hardcore version of leveling at some point. Full, beautiful. I'd be cool with that, honestly. Let's do Tiger's Peak. Let's change up the scenery a bit. We usually go Hook Point and Rook and whatever. We'll come back to those arenas. We'll do a Tiger's Peak real quick, and then we'll go back to the Grand. Then we'll go back to like Rook, Hook, Lordaeron, all those things, man. Might as well, yeah. Might as well. Layson, yo, let's go, dude. Pallies, man. Are you guys mostly Bonk Pallies? Because I feel like as good as they made Bonk Pally with a hammer, they're still like the Herald of the Sun Paladin is still very effective. A demonic on the rogue, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh man. Wait, so demonic was then was demonic then on a hunter? Were you one of the hunters then earlier? Were you the marksmanship then? Well, which one were you? I don't even know. Music pumping? Yeah. Yeah, the track that we got, like, there's some bangers. I gotta update it. I keep saying I gotta update it, but every time I look at some of the new stuff, I'm like, I don't want to add that in. I don't think it fits it. But yeah, sometimes you just get like a banger list. Like this one in particular, I'm a big fan of. This is like, it's whatever has like a good vibe that you put in the background. You were a vendor? Oh, you were the BM hunter. I didn't even realize. I didn't even know. BM should be getting a little better with the Dark Ranger stuff very, very soon, isn't it? That should be really fun. Which? Who we got? We got ourselves, trying to figure out who's first. Chicago versus Fern, the Beastmaster Hunter this time instead of marksmanship. I like that mug. I like that helm in the shoulders, like the whole red eye look he's got going on without completely being part of the same, but it's also skull base, big thunder, stun, one, you have a double stun, second stun loaded up, and it's gonna be big Tempest out of the shaman, and Fern backing up out of there. He's got to get himself all the pets, all the damage, all the bursts. He's got all these ghost wolves after him. Look at those wolves. If you just sailor blast the guy, you're trying to see if he can get some damage on you. As a BM hunter, doing as much as possible. Chicago got a wall for this. It's going to be full turtle out of Fern. Does end up popping out of the turtle. Seeing Chicago backing up behind the pillar. He just wants to keep the pressure. All the pets got rooted, so you don't really have a lot of your damage. You just got to cut him out as long enough, and you got to make sure to get the pets back behind the pillar. But the pets, they're doing a bit of damage, but I feel like Beastmaster pets might be one of the, I would always say the worst pets, but definitely not the greatest pets for PvP, because like Warlock pets, you send them out and they do damage behind the pillar. You don't need to micromanage them, right? When you play, what's another pet class? Death Knights, when you get the Riders of the Apocalypse, right? You don't really need to micromanage your pets. I guess Unholy too, right? They just do damage. For BM, the pets are only as good as your ability to press skill command and have line of sight of the target, which is very, very different. Big Alien Blast, oh! Chicago switching out to a more elementalist build. So you're harnessing all of the elements together. Alien Blast around the corner, nothing you can do about it. It's literally a melee class that's just hitting you from 40 yards away. Conan coming in with a quick salute, just to make sure Chicago knows that, hey, I'm trying to give you a proper honor duel here, bud. But Chicago's got everything. You got a Trinket, you got a Racial, Wall coming up very, very soon. He's got yourself some Brox coming up, Primordial, Lust available, Ghostful should be coming back up very, very soon. Conan immediately opens up with a Reflect Stun Totem. Is that going to be a second one? Blaze Storming for that one. It is a big Tempest, and Chicago wants to really respect the Blaze Storm as best as possible. There goes a big shield with the Stone Bulwark Totem. Conan could potentially be in trouble. Does go for a defensive. He's trying to see if he can counter Chicago. Chicago see the defensive, just trying to see if he can kite and root. And it's got himself the slows lead by Conan. He used to maximize the healing, but this last catching it. So Chicago's at least able to, wants to play the consistent gameplay, wants to fight your mana and bottom. He wants to play you through a sustain, but seeing the defenses, he's like, okay, I gotta peel. Make sure he doesn't get too many bloodthirsts, and then I come back in there, swapping the totems over to make sure he's got plenty of shielding from those things. And Conan taking hits here and there, picking up a little bit of health. The felt puppies, because I've been seeing too many warlocks so far over the last few weeks in particular. But the alien puppies are going to be out and about, buffing up all of Chicago's damage. If you get another big Tempest while you have storm puppies up, that could be a lot. Just alien blasting to make sure he's harnessing the maximum damage. All those pets stun for Tempest. Another lightning bolt. He's got a proper go, and that's going to be a one. I think Lava Lash at the end to take him out. My goodness, this spec is getting buffed up again and again and again. That mount that's going to play in EU also. I think Conan only plays in A, but that mount, yeah, it does look really, really good. What is that mount again? Isn't that like Balanchi? No. It's like a Kultiran mount, isn't it? It's like a Kultiran with a nice little barding or whatever. What is that mount, Conan? What is that thing specifically? Because it looks like almost like a Venthier horse, but not quite like a Balanchi or anything. But it looks like proper, looks royal. Chicago just knocked it back in the opener. He's gonna go for a root around the pillar. He's got himself the most amount of burst damage, and he's gotta just be able to pin down Chicago for a second to get that burst. He's going in for big strikes, but you can see him weave in, get some damage, weave out to continue the pressure, weave in for a bit of burst, weave out. So that's what Survival Hunter's gonna do. Chicago got wall full burst available, now trying to see if he can fight it. There's gonna be a wall to rotate some cooldowns, freezing shot at Chicago for a second with a turtle. So that's a lot of defensive sand by the Hunter. Does have a kill shot, yet another root in Chicago. He does have Tempest, he needs the Maelstrom. Stun Totem next to Nell. It is going to be short, very, very short CD. Very, very short. Does get the two stuns back to back though, and is trying to see if he can just fight and burst available, trying to see if he can pick up some damage, but the Shaman found the Maelstrom, found the lightning. Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot, man. My goodness. Is it your Panda? Oh, you did say you're going to be doing something different. You were like, I don't want to do Auric, man. It's not as good in PvP. I want to do something different. Panda. You know, not the worst, because you do have the, I don't know if you got the food buff, because there's a food buff you can do in PvP, in arenas. It's a versatility buff. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe you can just like, I'm pretty sure there is food. There's PvP food that you should be able to consume. So it does give you more stats. Panda Racial is also basically another gouge, which is not the worst. It means you don't have to invest into gouge, you just use the racial, but it does give you more control. Plus the Panda stun animation with the cheap shots is an uppercut. It looks absolutely good. Actually, before we get the Legion animation makeover, a lot of the Panda animations for combat abilities were insanely good. Shadow Strikes out of the Panda, got himself a bit of damage. Cloak and Shadows to follow. Wall out for Chicago, just trying to survive this a little bit. Demonic with a evasion, so Chicago cannot really continue to response here. Light Blast, but it's very short. Alien Blast does poke right through into advantage. Got himself a bit of damage, but Shadow Strikes available. Can a shot to follow? Do you have enough damage right now? Because Chicago can't do anything. Look at those eviscerates, by the way. They look so good. Oh, big Tempest right after with a blind to follow. Trinket. Panda Rachel coming in clutch. There it is. You might still need to vanish. There goes the vanish. Shadow Strike immediately goes back in there. There is a totem out right now. Another totem trying to slow down Demoniac. He's trying to get out of there, but that Tempest hurts so much. Shadow Strike! Oh, Shadow Step on a Demoniac! But Chicago still runs off the edge either way, though. But those wolves are enough. Those Tempests hurt. Every one of them is just painful. Every single one of them. And they only make a Tempest better. Layson back in there. The Fearless Paladin. I swear to God, your mog is insane. I need to get all the different pieces from that, man. The shoulders and the chest piece and tabard all just look perfect. Perfect. Full Wake of Ashes, got him some wings, playing the Hammer Paladin, so he's going to be going for big damage. Try to go for a blind onto Chicago. So we are playing the big hammer builds for both of them. Chicago hammering people with the Tempest, which hurt a lot, and Layson able to hammer people down with literal hammers from the sky, which also do a significant bit of damage. Layson seeing the Tempest, seeing his health bar, he's like, you know what? I better back up behind the pillar. I better catch up a little bit. Shield of Vengeance was used. Stone onto Chicago, does get knocked. Searing Glare should give him opportunity to stay in there a little bit. Does see himself another hammer go. He got himself Wake of Ashes. Big hammer should be available. Does try to see if he can drop the hammer. It is doing a bit of damage to Chicago. Chicago with the next step is good, do a ton of damage. Those alien blasts are hurting. The more ghost souls you have, the harder everything is going to hit. And when the level 5, when you can get past the wolves, I think it's going to hit even harder, especially because you can RNG and just get a bunch of those wolves, man. You can just RNG and get like 4, 5, 6 within like 6 seconds of each other. Stun onto Layson. Bubble. Stun. Hold on. Layson. Layson. Heavy Rain. And your references here? Anybody remember Heavy Rain? Layson. It's Jason, but either way, it works out either way. Wait, wall out Chicago. Bubble out for Layson. He got Searing Glare, so he continued pressure for a little bit. But no, he has to back up out of there. He is trying to stay as aggressive as he can. At least he's got Spell Warden. If you live long enough Spell Warden, you might be okay. Shield of it and soaking up a lot of the Alien Blast. But it doesn't matter. Chicago just had so much Maelstrom ready to go. Just Alien Blast into a Lightning Bolt, and that was it. My goodness. Look at that heal. Look at that damage. Like, is this a Rested Shaman? Or is this an Enhanced Shaman? I'm confused. That is so much damage. Tempest Shaman. Pop it off. All right, let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, GG's. Yeah, GG Chicago. Well done, well done. All right, boys. Let me know when your groups are ready. Let me know when you got 5. Boris, full. Beautiful. Kenderic, how we doing, man? We're ready to go. Kenderic's group didn't even get a chance to play. There should be still 5. There should be still 5, unless somebody fell asleep. Oh, man. That's so good, dude. Tempest Shaman. Everybody's excited about Tempest. Like, I got a couple of Shamans on EU. A couple of homies, like Archeo on EU. He's like, yo, the Totemic looks fine, but Tempest looks really good. Tempest is already picking up, like, or Stormbringer. It's really, really strong right now. But, like, it's only going to get better. They're literally making it better. They're giving it whenever you do a Tempest, you're next to Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightnings. They're empowered and are instant and are free cast. So it's like you got a Tempest, a Lightning Bolt, which can proc you another Tempest. It's only to have the Maelstrom, so you can Tempest again, Lightning Bolt. You can also do it so that your Lightning Bolts and Chain Lightnings can refund your resources, but I think when they're free, they still can generate your resources basically. They don't refund, but they more generate. So you can basically Lightning Bolt, Tempest, Lightning Bolt, get a lucky proc, Tempest again, Lightning Bolt, get a lucky proc, Tempest again, you know what I mean? You can just keep zapping. You got like a long-range taser. It's like a Tesla cannon gun. Holy. Alright, let's get another one going, boys. Twitch came in with P3 and Black Ops 2 nostalgia. Heavy Rain. Oh, dude, yeah. Jason, yeah. 5-0 coming in. He predicted it, man. Literally predicted it. Saying not enough CC as a rogue. Not enough CC, man. He need more, dude. That is what rogues have been about, though. Tesla coil build, basic Tesla coil build. Yeah, Chicago popping that off here. Twitch. I don't know if I did that yet or not. Fairly and over in this team. We got hockey. We got us as Caneric. We got us as Chicago. They put you in the corner after that last game. We're just like, all right, Chicago, way too good. You're back in the line now. Layson versus Bob. I don't even know how you found this Feral out of stealth. Did he just accidentally pop out of stealth or something? Because he did not get a proper stun there. Searing Glare on the wall though, so Bob cannot really go hyper aggressive. He has to play defensive. He can't really attack you. He got the wall to keep him alive. Incarnation was used. Do you just have like Incarnation with an Onyi's trinket that's breaking out of stealth, Bob? I feel like it maybe that's the case because Layson, unless he just like randomly just like saw the Feral out of stealth and immediately hit him, literally has like reaction time over F1 NASCAR, not NASCAR, over F1 driver. Have you seen the reaction time of those guys? It is nuts. They do like a little ruler trick, right? Drop in a ruler, see how fast you can catch it. Those guys catch it immediately. Like 0.01 second time went by when you dropped the ruler and he caught it. Instantly. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. It's okay though. Regrowths out for Bob. As Layson trying to get himself an angle. As long as you keep the Feral out of stealth, and it's going to be easier being Dawnlight. Switching over from the hammer build into Dawnlight does give you more healing, does give you passive damage. And Bob getting locked out. Also, Herald is amazing for resources. Big burst on the Bob. Can't respond, and down he goes with Layson. Able to put in quite a bit of pressure. I like how they kept nerfing the Dawnlight Herald of the Sun builds for Paladin. They kept nerfing the dot, nerfing the passive damage, nerfing all of it. And probably not the worst, because like it wasn't doing a lot of damage just for free, just being alive. But yeah, it's just they keep nerfing it. Blizzard obviously wants him to play Hammer Paladin more than anything. They obviously want him to play Tempest. But like they keep playing and they keep coming back in and they keep absolutely rocking it, man. A Wake of Ashes onto Caneric does have reversals. Not going to be able to catch Layson. Has himself, I think, Head of Freedom on top of that too. Big burst by Caneric. Trinket, I think. No Trinket. Just a blind out of Layson. Shield of Vengeance is he's getting blood up though. Roots to follow. They do break. Got himself a bit of damage onto Caneric, but needs to go for as much self-heal as possible. If Caneric pushes in with a Skull Bash, Layson could be under a lot of trouble. I don't know if you have a bubble available here or not. Got himself a little bit of the healing over time with Eternal Flame. Bubble does get used in order to try to see if he can stay on top of Caneric. He doesn't have a lot of health to really work with. Got himself a little bit of healing he could do for himself. But a Wake of Ashes, catching Caneric, Cyclone, just to get himself a reset. Trinket out of Layson. Is this an opportunity? They just have a go. Searing Glare, so Caneric cannot respond. Can you stay on top of Caneric? Mounted up, ready to go. Continue to hammer the pressure into the Feral Druid. Got himself another proc on Wings. Trying to see if he can maybe kite him out a little bit. Maim for a moment. Layson, this could potentially be the end of you, my guy. That is a full set of bleeds. Got himself a wall for this one with a Hand of Freedom. If you can catch up to Caneric again, because he got Heart of the Wild, so he's going to be able to re-heal. As long as you can keep him out of stealth, I think you're going to be fine, because it looks like you're mostly okay. Getting random procs of Judgment behind the pillar, though, with the Divine Toll. Try to go for a Wake of Ashes onto Caneric. I don't think he was able to get the line of sight, as well as the Dawn Light and the link to him. But he's able to at least put up some pressure, get a Dawn Light on himself, though, so he's got a lot of healing over time to keep him alive. Wall out for Caneric. Layson still has a lot of health to work with. Shield of Evidence available. He's got the Feral in the back foot. Ursel should hopefully keep him in place. It does not. Hand of Freedom to make sure he doesn't get rooted into a maim. Does not last long. He does have a human ritual coming up very, very soon. Layson is in a great spot right now. Feral Druid with a Bardic Skin. He needs to get himself the big Convoke combo. He needs to get away. He just needs to live. I don't know if this will be enough though. He just needs to survive long enough for him to go for a Convoke. Will not be able to do anything with that. I think it's just over. Layson with the pressure. This man playing around that Searing Glare to such an offensive degree. Like he's just constantly putting the pressure on the other guy. He's just like constantly attacking him, right? Forcing the Feral in the bear form so you can't do any bleeds, can't do any damage. Needs to play around stuns, but needs to build resources to get those stuns. But he can barely do that ever. So maims cannot really go through, which is super, super tough. And Layson just like, once he lays into them with a full stun, then Searing Glare so you can continue the pressure. This man is basically picking up, it's almost like he doesn't have a lot of burst, so he's trying to create himself a bigger window to deal damage, and that Searing Glare really gives him those few precious seconds that he needs. Full Void Torrent out of hockey though. Herald of the Sun versus the Herald of the Void, basically. The two fighting each other. Layson does not have a lot of ways out of this one. Does not even have Spell Warden right now. Does go for Searing Glare versus Hockey. A bit of damage follows through with a stun. Hockey with a Trinket. Trying to see if he can make sure to not get feared. Hockey does not have a fear for a bit though. Blinded to Hockey as he got himself full burst, and this is where Layson backs up out of there for a second. Lay on hands. He's got himself potential pressure here. But Hockey able to go for a couple of instant casts from a distance. Next Void Rift that he can activate could potentially be massive, especially if he can get some kind of CC. Does have a stun for Layson. Layson can't escape it. That's a lot of burst. If Hockey can just get some damage, Mind Flame Center does a ton of burst into a full stun, into a dispersed by Hockey. Do you just like stick the pressure? Do you have the wings? He does have random proc of ways to keep him alive. This could be an opportunity to either get aggressive or self-heal. Silence, you have to play super, super safe. But he's trying to stay aggressive as best as he can. He's trying to play into that aggression of the Paladin as best as possible. He knows he needs to play around the dot pressure, the dot damage, but he's just under a ton of pressure with his health. A little bit of mana left over. He can go for some heals. Wake of Ashes. Maybe he can do something right here. Try to see if he can put some pressure and stun. Does he have anything available? Judgments are up. Got himself a bit of resources, a little bit of survivability. Random procs and judgments for hockey, but the rift collapses on the man behind the pillar. I really wish we could see the rift, but for some reason, the game thinks I'm on the team hockey, so it removes the rift out of my out of my spell animations. I gotta find a way to change that. Is there like a way so I can see all the abilities? Like, is that a setting that I did, maybe? Anybody know? It's a full stun on to hockey, though. Actually, on the Nelf as well, right? Yeah, one stun traded. And hockey is not a great spot versus a survival hunter who's just gonna keep you rooted, keep you CC'd. You don't have a disperse for a while, so you gotta maintain yourself, and this is where the hunter goes in for big burst. Fear onto the pet does not catch the hunter, but he can put it into pressure, trying to see if he can land an interrupt on you in case he needs to. He got you trapped up yet again in the tart trap. Hockey looking for a bit of an escape, a bit of healing, a bit of damage. But the Void Rift was not available. Maybe if you had Void Rift together with the VE and everything up, maybe that would have worked out, but that's rough, man. Layson did lay into the team one, but the team one is now trying to see if they can bring it back little by little. With Fairland going to be up next with Nelf. And they still got 4 left over on the team 2, so it's got everybody here. Did you guys actually put Chicago as last? I actually did put Chicago as last. I was just joking. But no, when I put Chicago in the corner, I was like, no. You went for a 1v5 last time. You get to go last this time. I'm not pretty sure Chicago just volunteered, but either way. Isaac picked up by Fairland, playing the Arcane Mage this time around, so as long as you get yourself the big burst combo, you might be alright. I'm so sure it's the wrong hunter, man. We have one too many hunters in the team, too. Confusing between Ferd and Nelf. This is gonna be... Fairland actually taking it easy. Wait, is your thing just hitting through the wall? You're familiar? I think it was, wasn't it? I swear I saw some arcane hit through the wall. Big burst. Fairland, try to see if you can blink out of there. AJ, 76 months, man. My guy. Can we get a hashtag AJ in chat, boys? My man. God damn it, wait, that's a long while, man. Never too many hunters. I do like watching the way hunters play though in PvP. Like the burst they bring, like it just surprises you every single time, right? Survival in particular is super bursty, and I kind of love it, man. I love it. Stun into Fairland, got himself full Lunar Storm, trying to go for a charge. He's kind of weaving in and out. Big flanking strike under Fairland, takes a lot of damage, goes interrupt into a kill shot, just bursting through that health very, very quickly. Hashtag 80 boys, man. Appreciate you, my guys. 76 months, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Manic bandages out for now. Dude, I'm mixing up words now. Chicago. Giving him proper honor duel. 44% damp in Chicago. Can you live this? You gotta go through Hunter 1, Hunter 2, a sub-rogue, and a warrior. Technically, I feel like if you didn't have dampening, I think it's doable. I think it's possibly winnable even. But this high dampening is basically, you gotta send your defenses early. Your totem, shield totem, is gonna be less valuable now. And if Nell can kite you out and draw the game long enough, I honestly think he probably is gonna have a fantastic time. Just picking away at your health by little. Wall out for Chicago as Nell just going in for roots is going to knock Chicago back. So switching out some talents here a bit. With the freezing trap, Chicago goes in for a trinket, trying to see if he can just stay in on him. Into a binding shot. Knows that he can't really leave the binding shot, otherwise gets stunned up. Got himself lightning bolts, trying to see if he can get himself some procs. Maybe he can just attack the pet for a little bit to generate some maelstrom. Looking for a bit of healing, but being surrounded with tar traps and CC and roots everywhere while standing in a Lunar Storm, not gonna help you whatsoever. Root around the corner. Nell does peel the pad back for a second. That is a shield for Chicago. He won't have a wall for a minute, but you gotta find a way to end this duel right here, right now. Harpooning him to try to keep him in the storm, but I think he just left the Lunar Storm at the last second. Nell got himself plenty of range. Look at that distance. Is gonna be a leap out of Chicago to close the gap. Tempest 1, and you just have more procs. Turtle shot right after. You just need to get yourself a little bit more resources, but a freezing trap could stop you. A kill shot could end you right now. Nell just sees a big proc, and I think it could be the end of you. Chicago does go for the heal. Stun into Nell. Do you have the maelstrom? Lasso. Trinkets out of it. No trinket for Chicago. I think it's over. If Nell gets himself a big proc, Harpoon does get himself a silence into Chicago, it's over. Oh, that silence was so perfect at the end. Just giving Chicago no chance to win. No win condition whatsoever, and Nell picking up 3. Well done. Between the Pally and Survival Hunter, man, it's a lot of damage to deal with. That was incredible. That was so good. That was really, really good. He played these cards correctly. He really maximized, or tried to maximize that Lunar Storm on Chicago as much as possible, because just a little chipping away damage. And it just sets Chicago's health back up. I feel like maybe with him roam dampening, that would have been a bit of a different game, but definitely played well into the whole dampening environment. Let's get another one going. Uno más, boys. These are fun, man. These are fun. I like how bursty everybody is, and everybody played up to like the strengths or whatever. The Paladin who just stayed hyper aggro with the what's it called? The for here. Okay, so it's like what, Team Boris? 3. Uh-oh. What's happening? 2, you 2. Okay. I'm lead, still 5. Wait, so what is happening? So it's Boris, Conan, so then you 2 more. Okay. Cool. So Chicago is still lead on the team, and I guess you guys got a +1. Neat. So we need a couple more for Team Boris and Conan if you guys want to join us. More than welcome to. And we have 2 groups available and whatnot. Yeah, man. But yo, these are fun, man. These are fun. Keen, lagging, so he passed me lead. All good. Don't blame him, honestly. Don't blame him. Think it would help? Yeah, I feel that. Well, Guar, it would be more fun to do so much hunters and mages. Yeah. There's sometimes you get a lot of the same classes, but you know, it's every single week it's a little different, right? Sometimes there's a lot of variety, otherwise there's not a lot of variety or whatever. Think it would help, not sure. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah. Don't know if it actually affects it, but maybe. Older games, older gaming here are hard to keep up with the young folks. Dude, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is what it is. All you can do at the best of the days is just do the best you can with your class. You know what I mean? That's the best you can do. Rick says I play good for my age. Yeah, I think I played just fine, my man. I think you're doing J-okay. What it has said. The Fury Warrior is, I would say, a little bit more of a demanding spec, because it's like very high APM, right? Managing rage, managing your abilities, managing cooldowns. It is a lot going on at once. Because there are some classes that are definitely like a big slowdown. I feel that the same way with like Outlaw versus Assassination, for example, right? As Outlaw, I got like a bunch of things I gotta track, from my buffs to my procs to my cooldown on my Between the Eyes, my Adrenaline Rush, and like everything cools back so quickly as you spend calm points. Like everything is up all the time, so it's like you're managing cooldowns because everything comes back way earlier than like, you know, 3 minutes on Adrenaline Rush is actually like a 1.5, maybe shorter, depending how lucky you are with resets on Between the Eyes procs. There's a lot going on, and then as soon as I hop over to like Assassination, it's like slow. Like I feel like it's kind of like when playing Outlaw, I feel like I'm in a race car, and I'm like driving through a what is it? It's like off-roading, but like at high speeds constantly, right? And I'm just kind of trying to like really clutch turns here, clutch turns there. Just try to stay on the road, because if I mess up, my rotation starts to like fall apart. But as soon as I switch over to Assass, I feel like I'm in the passenger seat with like a grandpa, not my grandpa because, you know, he's not around, but a grandpa driving a golf cart, and I'm in the passenger seat and he's going really slowly. But it's like, we'll get there. And it's like, it's a very strong, hard-hitting spec, but it's so slow. There's like not a lot going on. Or like, it sounds bad when you say it like that, but like, it's so slow, it's so steady, you barely have to do anything, and like you do a ton of damage. You literally just have to remember to press Kingsbait every minute, Deathmark every minute. If your bleed's about to fall off, you hit him with refresh, and then you just like build 5 command points, and then you vet him. That's it. And then like 7 whenever you get like the proc. It's so slow, but it's like slow paced, but it's really like good. It's very strong. I got to play it yesterday for like a key, because we were doing like a weird janky group, and I thought, okay, I'll just play Assassination because it's going to be a really big pulls. And it's just like I feel like I just run in into like a pack, I press a couple of bleeds, and I just like start spamming Envenoms into a single mob, and everything around me melts, and I just don't do anything special. whatsoever. How's things? What's up, Slice? How you doing, my man? Slice what have my man. That's a great name. Alrighty, let's get one going. We got groups. We got some duels today. How you doing, my guy? And Boris 5. Let's do a hook point and 1. We're good to go or no? Chicago. I can't spell Chicago apparently. I feel like I spelled the name Chicago so many times you'd think I'd like have muscle memory for it. As a warrior against some of the classes, I feel like I'm saying there, like, hold on, buddy, I'm on my way. Oh yeah, with mobility, I feel that. Yeah, some classes are tough to keep up with. I feel like warrior mobility, even Kragar, right? For Kragar, he's what the way he likes to go for it is he tries to be very, very conservative with mobility. Like if he can start out mounted, so he doesn't have to charge to get to a target, but he'll just stay mounted to get in melee, and then he'll have those charges and leaps later. And from there, it's like, that's about all you can do. Like, I guess a mage in particular, right? They can knock you back. You charge, they knock you. You charge again, the blink. You leap to them, they reverse blink. Maybe you have double leap as a Fury Warrior. You leap again, and then they alter time. Back to where they were. So it's like, dude, I can only do so much, man. I'm spent. I really went like more mobility build, and I'm just like so far out. And when you finally do reach him, they hit you with the Dragon's Breath poly and run away. And it's like, what can I do? That's kind of how I feel as a rogue versus a warlocks, though. Mortal Coil, fear, stun, slow, fear, Mortal Coil, fear. You know what I mean? I feel that. The Twitch. Got ourselves big Bobbert over here. Man, that's such a good mog. It's so good. We got ourselves Fairlin with Hockey in the back, Caneric, and Chicago first one out versus Psychro. Yo, that name sounds so good. Hey, you're a troll? Troll model? That's so good. Got himself a little bit of Mind Flay, a bit of damage. Chicago building up a bit of that Maelstrom, ramping up. It's gonna go for it. Was that a Tremor? I think the Tremor got you out of the fear. I think a pre Tremor so early. Expect the fear immediately out of sight. Into a stun, fades one. Second stun is gonna go through. Trying to get a VT. Might be looking to disperse here potentially. Psychro better be very, very careful. Next step is gonna be a lot of damage. Got himself the Aegis, and that Aegis gives you a reason to press the disperse. Psychro under quite a bit of pressure, picking up a little bit of health. Silence on Chicago. Sunder does not count as a spell technically. Next step is gonna be huge. Got himself Insanity real quick, and Chicago does not go to interrupt the last instead of Chicago. Got himself a bit of damage into a Primordial. Just looking for as much healing as possible. Does not have a way to stop it. Quick fear on Chicago, finally able to catch up a little bit of health. Trying to go for as much damage whenever possible with a Void Torrent. Are you not playing Void Reaver? Are you the Ascended? Or are you Void Reaver? I can't even tell. Or are you the Halo build? I think he is a Halo build. I think he is a Ascended build. Big Insanity, you just need to live some way somehow. You get yourself just prepare, unless it's a bug on my end. You just need to live one way, but an alien blast out of Chicago. Oh my goodness, dude. Archon Freeze can actually do so much damage, but it's not easy. It is not easy. Layson gonna be up next versus Chicago. As long as he can keep aggressive with Chicago and get those Searing Glares, he'll, I think, perfectly fine. Stun, double stun on Chicago. As long as you walk away from it, you don't get avoided. Chicago tried to move the totem last second, but it doesn't quite go for a second stun until Layson trying to go for a Searing Glare. But he's being very, very careful not to get interrupted. Big damage on Chicago. Does get himself a big shield with a Soulborough Totem. And it actually looks like they almost did a life swap with Layson. Chicago was super low in health. Tapped themselves and dropped Layson's health down by quite a number there. I think with just a single Alien Blast. He's got all these pets. Lay on hands out of Layson. Will not have a forbearance in order to keep himself alive. No bubble available. It's all about trying to keep yourself alive. Blinded to Searing Glare gives you the opportunity to stay kind of aggressive without having to worry about health. Stun to follow up right after. Knocked back by Chicago. Not as if Layson really needs to be out for melee. Seeing that Chicago is coming out of that CC is going to play it a little bit more defensively. As Chicago able to run him around the corner, no hand of freedom for him, at least early on them, as the Tempest come down. This is the worst time to be literally covered in plated gear, as you're a lightning rod for all of those Tempests. Chicago with an Alien Blast right after, looking to get him on some more procs of the Tempest. Definitely needs to go for Lightning Bolt as often as possible in order to get more fishy procs on that Tempest ability. Because the more Storm Strikes, I think it is. I think it's Storm Strike, Crash Lightning, and Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, or is it just Storm Strike, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt? I gotta remember, but it's like a part of the capstone for a Tempest. Basically, can get more procs to that. I keep calling the Tempest a Stormbringer, but it's for the Tempest ability. I seriously just called that Hero Spec Tempest at this point. Just because of the main ability Tempest. Big Sap and Elason did not want to get interrupted or anything, whatever's going to happen. Try to go for a Searing Glare. I don't know if it connected. Looks like it did. There's a Tempest still follow through. She got to get in the proximity. Elason, Bubble is available. Try to see if you can save Bubble until later. It does use the Bubble as soon as it sees the Ellen Blast coming out of Chicago's hands. He's just going to go for it. Got himself a bit of wings, a bit of damage. If he can get himself a big CCO to Chicago, stun potentially. He won't have himself Searing Glare. Needs to be very, very careful about his health. Very careful. Hitting those totems for some resources is huge. Wake of Ashes is available. Got yourself a little bit of healing with a stun onto Chicago. Knocked back immediately. Do you go for Searing? You don't have it by the looks of it. Does still have Spell Warden. Spell Warden is going to be huge here. That's going to help him immune all magic damage and magic CC out of Chicago. At Chicago, the only thing you can do at that point is physical damage, which Storm Strike technically helps you with that. Unless you just die right here. Does get double stunned. Blind. Searing Glare is available. Able to maybe get some counter pressure going. Got us a full Wake of Ashes with a stun right after. Chicago under a ton of pressure. Got himself a bit of healing with the Drainic Racial at 90% dampening. Big Tempest got himself a bit of healing, but Laser Maid is taken and does take it. Oh my goodness, this man right here. Can't keep the pressure rolling in, but I guess Bob, man, maybe you could Bob. Again, I don't know what happened, but Bob going in full Pharaoh Frenzy did not get a proper stun. Looked like somebody knocked him out of stealth. I am not sure. Layson has done this twice to Bob now, if not 3 times. But does a full Wake of Ashes, does a full burst. Bob with a trinket, does press a bark skin. Incarnation is available. Layson will have to bop this. Oh, we will have to bop it. Lay on hands, you are, okay. Here's just a glutton for punishment. If you can't heal these dots, the Bob definitely was the right move and Lay on hands was not. Shield of Vengeance. Oh, you just gotta live long enough. Oh no. Oh man. That Lay on hands was so risky. At least Bob does not have a trinket, so maybe you can get some kind of a go. Stun. He does not have bark skin. He does not have anything. Searing Glare lets you keep the pressure. Bob may need to play defensive. He does have a wall. Bear form, but 25% dampening isn't enough. It's not enough. And Blazin does take it. Oh, and he still has a bomb for Caneric. This is actually maybe the play. And that's a full Convoke. He can't even stop it right now. Oh, it's a 2-minute Convoke too, so it's perfect. So you have a trick for the next one. I'm pretty sure at least. Laser does not have a lot of help to work with them. If you can get another stun, Searing Glare combo on the Feral Druid, he might be alright. Caneric, they're getting those bleeds in really, really early. Stun, does trinket it immediately before Searing Glare comes through. Layson needs to pick up as much health as possible. That Dawn Light together with the Herald of the Sun passive healing is helping him, but may not be enough. Blind into Caneric, he just needs survivability. Shield Event is not available, and those dots with thorns do take him out. That is a rough. Conan leaping around the corner, stun onto Caneric, and it's going to be very DR'd though. And still got himself Berserk and everything available. Bleeds out for Conan. Fjorn to Caneric. He does have a full wall, so the Feral is in a great spot where he won't have to worry about being damaged too hard. That wall was perfect, but at 30% dampening, his healing is going to get reduced by quite a bit. Heart of the Wild is going to be helpful, but not nearly as good as it can be. What's up, Wayne? How you doing, my man? That's going to be Caneric trying to get himself another maim, another combo. Stun out of Conan. Does go for human racial there. Caneric, super low in health. Conan needs more executes. That Ursul is probably going to reach you, isn't it? No, it doesn't. Leap, charge around the corner. Stormbolt, he does not want to give him a chance to get out of there. Reflect at a perfect time because you wanted to go for a clone, but he cannot. And Conan needs to find a way to get back over to Caneric. I don't know how you're going to be able to do it. I don't know if you can. Caneric try to see if he can bust out of there. Charge over at the mage. I think just to pick up a heal or something, or maybe Conan was trying to charge, but then Caneric re-stealth, so he just, the game auto-targeted somebody. I'm not sure. But Caneric able to pick up some health behind the pillar, while Conan is bled up, leap around the corner, but he can't really catch up to Caneric. He might just have to go for the eyes. At that point, I think if you go for the eyes, you might be okay. Go for the eyes right now, immediately. Hit him up. Oh, you're not picking up the eyes? He's going for a regrowth. First aid. Conan picking up a lot of health, and if Caneric, I think Caneric is fine going long game here. I think it's fine going long game because it's like, you know what? I got a trinket coming up. If I wait a little bit more, I got full Convoke available here. Conan does have a trinket for the Convoke, so you better be very careful with the next stun. Very careful with that next stun. But Caneric, I think he's just waiting for a trinket of his own, yeah? Trinket, trinket, trinket. Convoke is hard hitting ability. Oh! Conan did not decide to trinket that. Does he have defenses? He has offenses, but he doesn't have defenses. I think that's a trinket immediately every single time. That Convoke is brutal. I mean, there's other things Peril can do that's going to be pretty brutal as well, but that Convoke is brutal. Charging around the corner, picking up a little bit of health, but man, now that the Feral's behind the pillar, you're on the opposite side. He won't let you touch him ever. So you can't bloodthirst yourself back to full. He just needs one more big bite. Short stun for a second. You have any healing whatsoever. At least set the bleed. I think it connected with Kineric, but for Conan, I think those DAs do take him out. Unless second wind. No. The bleed's off. Second wind. Second wind. He's starting to heal. Feral's not in stealth. He's just going in there. Try to see if you get whatever kill he can. He's just getting a couple of DAs. Just denying second wind is the best one he can do right now. Does have himself at least one execute, but Conan is not out of the woods. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I think it's over here. Yes, done. Does get a trinket. Very, very last one. You have any healing whatsoever. Root, he's just trying to see if he can bleed you out. Can you some way somehow get over to him? At all? You're not dying, so he doesn't have the biggest bleeds on you. But yet another stun. Feral Frenzy. This is the most amount of damage you can do. Full bleeds. Yeah, there's nothing. Shadow Strike immediately out of the rogue. He's not going to let you catch your pop a reset. He's not going to let you catch a breather. You have to pop wall. You have to pop Barcian. You have to try to see if you can get away from him. But it's just over. He's just over. He knows, yeah. It's it. It's it. He's not going to let a Feral catch a breather there. He just watched what happened to Conan. Ferals are spooky in PvP. And Fairland is going to be up next. Does go for Invis. Demoniac out here. I like the Bloodfang set. I cannot wait until the rogues get the new Bloodfang set. It's going to look so good. Smoke bomb out for Demoniac. I think popped out of stealth for a second just to see if you can get Fairland out of Invis too. It's going to be a cheap shot. Trinket out of Fairland? Okay, Fairland got to be playing Shimmer, right? Fairly gotta be playing Shimmer because unless you just trinket it and you have a normal blink, and then it's a very, very unfortunate situation to be in. Yeah. Wait. Oh no. Does at least connect with Demoniac on that Arcane Orb, but unless you can get yourself a Fruit Popper go versus Demoniac, I think it might be Lights, man. With a is that a cloak? No, not even cloak. Just dance. Look at them eyes, man. Look at the peepers. The red evil eyes. That's the thing that they actually were able to restore on the new set with 20th anniversary. Like in a week we're gonna be able to, well, in a week we'll get the update where we can then purchase the set, but it'll take like 2 weeks or whatever before you can even buy the set because you gotta get the currency for it. Maybe 3. It said 2 or 3 weeks. But at the very least, like when they initially showed on the set, they didn't have the shroud with the helm, the evil eyes, and then restored them. It looks so good. Fairland tried to see if you catch up a bit of health, but as soon as you block, and as long as you can't separate from the rogue and get yourself full burst, there's absolutely no chance for you to be able to make a way out of that one. Shadow Priest versus Sub Rogue. I feel like this is normally a situation where the Sub Rogue wins every single one of these. However, Hockey Bean and Priest could potentially put out a clutch here. Full burst available. Demonic does have a cloak, does have advantage, does choose to vanish. I wonder if the Rift catches up to you, but looks like Summon is definitely keeping you in combat. Is Rift still on you? Does catch him. The Rift does not care for your stealth. The Rift will find you no matter where you are as a rogue. That is hilarious. That is nuts. The Rift is so good. Hockey with the Disperse as Demonic put in Suppressor Cloak of Shadow, so it's a trade for Cloak versus Disperse, where Hockey just cannot respond, so you might as well press a proper defensive. Demonic trying to see if you can get out of the pillar, from the other side of the pillar, and get himself a bit of a sippy cup. 63% dampity. Hockey at least able to recover some health. Demonic only got a sippy cup that helps him once on a blue moon. Sap, you do have him dotted by the looks of it. Well, did have him dotted. No trinket for either one. Hockey needs to be very, very clean here with the CC. He got a stun. He won't have a fear for a while. Stun is available. Trinket out Demoniac. You gotta get yourself a go, or you just... wait, he does drink a kick, but I don't think it matters. Way too low health. Yeah. As a Shadow Priest, I don't know if there's much you can do versus Rogue. But Demoniac picking up 3. Well done. Damn. These Feral Druids hurt. But so do these rogues, man. So do these rogues. Alrighty, boys. Let's see if we can get another one going. Hey. Alrighty. Sorry about the macro chain and the mage. I'll get it, man. No worries. No worries, my guy. It didn't look like you were trying to, like, charge him to hit him. I think we were just trying to catch up to the Feral. Honestly. Don't blame you. Yeah, no biggie with stuff like that. Alrighty, Boris as well as Chicago. Let me know when you guys are ready. See if we can get a +1. 4 here. Okay, okay. So then we need. Oh, your lead? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Oh, sniper. We do. We do. We actually do. We actually got one. We actually just got one spot open. We actually just got one spot that just went open. We actually do. I'm a dip GG's though. Thanks so much for coming by, Boris. I'm lead. Conan, toss me the invite real quick. Can I please join? Yes, yes. Let me watch him real quick. Yes, I can. Emmerich has lead. Oh, okay. Ask or see if you can suggest me, and or just have Emmerich pass you lead or something. Yeah. If somebody can pass, yeah, there we go, and I can get him in here. Adept too high. Alrighty, so pass me lead here real quick. Whoever's lead right now, and I'll invite Sniper, and we'll be good to go. And then Chicago, let me know when you got 5, or if you have 5 right now. Cool. Pass lead plus. We'll try to see if I can get lead here real quickly. Pass me lead. Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful. You're now group leader. Beautiful. Chicago's ready. Beautiful. We get Sniper in, and I'll make a Conan lead. Yeah, I'll make Conan lead. I'm gonna make Conan lead for that next one. Hell yeah. Beautiful. All good, Chicago. No worries, my man. I appreciate you updating me. Alrighty, we got us as a 5-man ready to go. What did we pick up? Was it Krim? I think it was Krim, right? Yeah, Krim. There we go. Alrighty. We'll do whatever we've done. Rook, we haven't done Black Rook Hold, so let's do Rook, man. Rook. I like Rook. Wait, Chicago and Conan, 5, Rook, 1. Probably the Black Rook Hold won't be that bad. But you're just out of the field to let it happen. It's all good, man. It's all alright. Honestly, dude, mistakes like that are gonna happen, right? As long as you don't just like start attacking, like, oh, whatever, like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. You boys are nice, man. You boys are nice when it comes to these duels and whatnot. No worries, man. No worries. Alrighty. Let's get this going, boys. Yeah. Uno mas. Uno mas. Depending how the groups are doing, maybe last one for the night, because I do have some, by some, I mean, way too many projects to work on, so we could potentially cut it just a little shorter. That would just give me like a time to get some food and get some work done, and also would give me time to actually play the video game, dude, because I feel like I've been working on videos this week, but I've barely been able to actually cap out, get my weekly stuff out of the way on the rogue or my alts. It's a great time to get a lot of gear, and I haven't actually been able to play the game. I've been preparing for 1105 stuff the entire time. I'm like, I have not been able to play at all, dude. I actually just want to game for a bit, you know what I mean? Alrighty, switch. Got ourselves Krim joining in. Are you gonna be first? Oh, you are. Beautiful map, man. Hell yeah. Dude, I miss Mop Remix. I'll say it right here. I miss Mop Remix. I also miss, wait, Fire versus Fire? Hold on. No, Arcane versus Fire. Fairlin is going to be up next versus Krim. Try to see if you can get some pressure. Actually going to spell steal one of the buffs and then back up out of there, taking a bit of pressure, a little bit of damage. As Fairlin, are you playing with the bird? The bird, the word? No? Or maybe Flame Strikes came out of left field, though. I don't know who's got a Flame Strikes and whatnot. As Krim, trying to see if he can get himself a proper go. Actually, no, I think it was Flame Strikes from Fairlin, actually. Try and drop in a Meteor. Does hit, by the looks of it, into a Ring of Frost. And Krim just trying to be very, very careful with the ring as best as possible. And it just cannot really go anywhere. He's just stuck. Unless he's got a blink, it's going to be a nice block out of both of them. Is he just trying to see if he goes some damage of his own? Krim technically still has quite a bit of burst available for himself. Technically, both are just catching up for full health. Healing up as best as possible. That set on them, by the way, looks so good. That Scarecrow set. Breath kick available. Krim to get himself a proper go with Arcane Surge. Fairlin does go for the trinket, but unless you have a way to stop a lot of the burst, Krim got himself lots of pressure, lots of damage. This could be really, really bad for Fairlin as he's playing that Spell Slinger, so he's got himself a lot of potential damage right now. Blinking around the corner, got himself a missile procs. I think it's just done. I think it's just done. Does himself cheat death last second, maybe can spell steal some shields from Krim. Got himself a shield of his own. Crim does not end up taking him out just yet, though. Not quite, as he got himself at least shifting power to get himself back up and running. It's Fairlane. Combust. Random proc? No, actual Combust. You have the bird and everything. This is going to be Ice Walls for the bird? I guess it gives the bird something to hit. That's going to be a breath. Does not quite connect. Fairlane at least able to reposition to the fire side of the pillow, but I think it's over. I think it's lights. At that point, like, well, I'm out of options. I might as well send whatever damage I can, but yeah. It is going to be Hockey up next. The Shadow Priest versus other mages or other casters. I actually think Shadow Priests have an advantage because of silence. Breath by Crim. He's dotted, loaded up. He's not in a great spot unless he can just get away from the rift, which he was able to invis. While shield is up, catching up as much foot as he can. Reverse blinks. And he's just gonna go for a blink going distance. Man, he got himself Evo at the very least. He's not really gonna have the cooldowns available yet, but maybe he can sit down and get himself some more food. He definitely gotta get a full proper poly onto Hockey. Blink super far away, and then maybe sit down for food. That's the only way he's really going to recover. Unless he can start at the very least spell stealing some shields from Hockey. Try to see if he can avoid that void rip that Hockey puts up. And is looking for a little bit of the cooldown reduction, but had to cut it off short. He does have some cooldowns, by the way. At the very least. Hockey has a trinket stun. Does have a blink for it. Trying to get some dots on the Crim. He does have a breath. He could go breath. Get a full go towards the Hockey. Hockey has an AoE fear. Crim, AoE silence instead. Actually, no, not AoE fear, just a silence trinket, knocking it back, but he can't really break the tether. Blinking away, he's got a rift catching up to him, as well as a pet attacking him from this by the looks of it. What is that attacking? Is that Siphon? Does see the rift either way, but it's gonna be Arcade Surge, trying to get himself some go. Was that just a tentacle? Just a tentacle through the wall. Now that's a Siphon. Now it's gonna be pretty rough. He does a bit of damage, doesn't really stop you healing. Ultra right time. Ah, it's so rough. That is so rough. Unless I can remove that ultra in between of that. He might have not even had ultra there. Emmerich gonna be up next, getting dotted up as Hockey just going and taking the momentum established from the mage onto Emmerich. Massive spell does get interrupted. Emmerich at least holding onto his immunity, trying to see if he can get a steering glare versus Hockey. I think it's enough to connect. I think it is just enough to connect as he goes in for full dispersed tentacles protruding out of this dust of shadow all over the angle. And then Emmerich does rotate even more defense. Shield defendants, walls available, everything. Mindful Insanity for Hockey. Needs himself a bit of survivability. He does have a fear. He actually got kicked and juked the kick. He might be able to go for a bit of a go. Void Shore and everything available. Emmerich does not have a bubble. Doesn't have Spell Warden. He doesn't run Spell Warden. Hockey. Hold on a second. If he can capitalize some damage, I think Emmerich is done. Lay on hands, the last thing he's got. If he can put up a bit of more damage into that rift. Rift exposed. Does a bit. Stun on to follow. Into a stun by Emmerich. Got himself a little bit of survivability. Hockey still could potentially come out swinging, come out on top here. He just needs a little more survivability. No fear for a moment. He's just going for damage. Shadow Word Death does kill you though. No. Yeah, when you're playing Shadow Word Death, you gotta be very, very careful. Technically, you can use it to try to kill the other guy, but it will do damage back to you. So if it's just not enough to take him out, anytime you punish him with Shadow Word Death, you also get punished by it as well. But Emmerich barely left with any health. Bob just needed just a couple of dots together with the leftover shadowy dots off of Hockey. It's just, there's no way. Did really well though, man. It got so close. Shadow Priest was Paladin, I think gotta be one of my favorite matchups now. Just because you got like the Herald of the Sun, constant radiating holy flame versus this Void Weaver, full void damage and everything. Bob getting the open onto Conan. Does go burning a trinket immediately before Bob can really stack up. Bob with a full wall, incarnation, everything available. Conan popping the defenses. This did most amount of damage out of Bob, and popping defensive for that is actually perfect. Charge, I don't even know how you. I feel like you almost had no line inside of the guy and you got the charge on him. And as long as he can just haymaker your way, just try to see if you can separate. Big charge out of Conan though. I guess he's super DR'd from the earlier stun, so he can get back in there, barks it out for Bob. As long as Conan can stay on top of him best as possible, bloodthirst, self-healing, constant damage, constant pressure. Bob cannot live the constant pressure, and if you put the feral on the back foot, or rather the back paw in bear form, there's just only so much you can do. Got himself a bit of damage. Maim, I think actually Bob picked up some damage. Unless Conan can just live this bite, it's a lot of damage, but it's not going to take him. While in bear form, this is perfect. He's healing, but it's fine. At least you can keep him in bear form playing defensive. Bob wants to go as much damage as possible. Wants to see if he can end the duel. Conan able to, while he's gonna stay next to Bob, he's able to get those executes. Does take it at the end. Oh my. I think Bob knew that if I stay in bear form, this warrior's just gonna wail on me. I have to stay in cat and try to see if he can end this duel right here, right now. But if he's just putting you on the cat form the entire time, you are gonna take damage. You have to go bear to stop taking damage, but you don't deal damage in bear. Unless you have like bear, thorns, and just let the thorns take him down, will him down. He just put him like in an unwillable situation. You either go bear, turtle this game, and then try to see if maybe that can help you win, or just we're clever, yeah, man, yeah. Or you stay cat form and you risk it, risk for the biscuit, and you have to. And Conan basically just taking the same momentum onto Caneric, just trying to see if he can stay aggressive with him, reflect in case there's a root. But he needs to stay next to him the entire time. Big stun on Caneric. He's trying to see if he can end the game. He's really trying to play into the bleeds. I don't know if Conan has anything. He's got to heal. If you press the defensive, you'll heal. You got a defensive backup unavailable. You got to heal right now, my guy. You got to heal real quick. You got to heal. Hold on. Oh, Conan. You got to heal. You have a... Oh, Conan, in the heat of the moment, man was not paying attention to his defenses. Unless I have it wrong. There is a possibility that my UI does not show the right CD for a lot of his defenses or offensive abilities, because it doesn't take into account cooldown reduction and stuff like that. Not really. It's not great at it. So maybe on my screen it looks like he has enraged regen, but I don't think he had enraged regen. Otherwise I think he would have sent it. Who knows? I can't really tell. Only Conan can confirm or deny. And that's going to be full convoker to Layson. Layson is going to take a lot of damage into a maim right after. That's a lot of pressure. Stun immediately. Layson is going to take a lot of damage. Those bleeds, man. Those bleeds are going to hurt. Those bleeds are going to hurt. He's just going to try to see if he can whittle down the feral. He basically has to take a page out of Conan's book and do the same thing. Pressure the feral, force him in cat form, or keep hitting him while he's a bear. There's no answer, no opportunity to respond. Has to play turtle and eventually potentially lose just with a turtle. That's Layson just trying to keep the pressure as best as possible. Caneric got himself Herschel's, trying to see if he can go into cat form so he can potentially lose some damage. Looking for a heal, another stun, bear form. He can't, doesn't take a lot of damage in bear. Oh, he gave up. Okay, he gave up. Chicago, you're the last one left. Chicago, you're the last one left. He surrendered. He was like, all right, you know what? You win. I give. As Chicago switching out to play the Totemic instead. Big stun to Layson. Stun totem 1. You have a move for stun totem 2? No, you don't have stun totem 2. And a lasso at the end, taking him out. Psycho is the last one left, man. Is he there? Hopefully. Psycho. Oh, please. Oh, he's back. Yeah, give him a proper chance, man. Give him a chance. Can't do this damp. Dude, damp definitely can hurt. Damp definitely hurts. Classes that play around self-heals. Damp is just unwinnable. There is at some point gets to a point where it's actually unwinnable. Chicago does not have a kick for any of this damage. Does have a sunder for the one of the what is it? Mind Flame Insanities. Silence trying to get some Mind Flays. Sacros needs those Insanity Flays as best as possible. Those do a ton of damage. You need some self-healing. Maybe looking for a disperse here. Unless you just stays aggro and just stay aggro. I guess he decided, you know what, disperse. I just gotta try to make some damage. I gotta try to do as much damage as possible. Chicago does pick up 2. That is so good. Intense is how I like it. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. My goodness. Good. Well played, dude. I enjoyed that one. That was awesome. That was great. Oh, man. That was so good. Man. Ryan, that, you take the damage of 5% HP? Why are you running that? Take... Oh, yeah. Call it there. What time is it? 5:42. Yeah, I think we'll call it. I got a bunch of projects I'm gonna be working on tonight, so this would be perfect, man. I feel like, honestly, that game felt like peak. That game's have to go. Rick, appreciate you coming by, my guy. It's perfect, because we'll just call it right here, man. We'll call the groups here. We'll just call it a night. And that'll give me some time to get my work done and get prepped for 11:05 stuff, because I'll be doing that over the next few days. And hopefully I can get some time to actually play video games, man. I have not been able to, like, play at all. IRL stuff keeping me busy, basically. I'm not going to go into details, but I got a lot of IRL things keeping me busy. A lot of IRL things I got to be taken care of. And then between the videos, between prep for 11:05, I'm like, dude, it's like 9 p.m. rolls around. I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. I got Guilty's slamming 10s. I want to join, but it's like, I gotta go to bed, dude. I have to. These epic games, they were great, man. They almost got me hockey. Hell yeah, dude. Understand what are you running? Is it weird? Yeah, I have my boy. Why are you running that? You tank hell? Oh, maybe he was asking like, maybe there was a moment where you were like backing away from Generic for a second. I think what he's saying is like, I have no idea actually. I have no idea. I was trying to figure out like what he meant, but I'm like, actually, honestly, I have no idea. GG's, yo, thanks so much for coming by, Baldwin. Appreciate you, my man. GG's. GG's. Appreciate you, boys. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for joining me on the Duels today. Tomorrow, no stream. We're chilling. Monday. I keep saying Monday, like, maybe a stream, but I keep, like, failing you guys. Most of the times I don't stream on Mondays. But definitely not streaming this Monday. I'm just going to take that time to get my work done, get prepped for 11:05 stuff, get the footage, all those things, man. Looking killable? Yeah. Conan, I would double check that the footage from the stream for that last match, because it looked like you had Enrage Regen on our screen. I don't know if you had Enrage Regen at the time towards the tail end though. But yeah, it looked like you had Enrage Regen, and I was wondering like, oh, if you pressed it right there, maybe there would have been enough to keep going so you could slap both pharaohs, but it was clutch, man. Yeah, actually they're so tanky. Oh, that's all. Warriors can actually, I think, live barely. ADK, yeah, I have no idea. The only way you'd know is like if you were recording on your end, but yeah, because I have no idea, because I may have what got over my head. All good, man. All good. Yeah, it was a heat of the moment kind of thing, one, but also spectator UI is not always great at tracking cooldowns accurately, so it just might have been my spectator UI thing, honestly. I have no idea. I'm just wondering if it was accurate or not more than anything. That's all. The H, you're good, my guy. You're good. You got a pharaoh right in front of you. You got him so close. Your health bar barely hanging on. Honestly, been there, done that, man. Always, dude. Always. It's like the walls close and then you start a tunnel vision. Nothing matters but just like hitting as hard as you can and staying alive, doing whatever you can. Dude, you really got to bring back the charge challenge for, you know, if you played Warrior back in like Legion or BFA, they had the charge challenge where you charge and increase your bloodthirst healing by 300%. That thing was nuts, dude. When Fear Warriors had that, they got to bring that back. Charge, bloodthirst, big heal. At least for PvP, dude. They got to bring that back. That thing was nuts. Fear Warriors right now, like, they heal, but not nearly like, not a crazy amount, really. Like, they have a little bit more healing, but like, you know, between them and arms, it's a lot closer than before. But it used to be like literally bloodthirst to like 100% health. It was insane, man. It was so good. But yo, you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys all Tuesday with the 20th anniversary update. Hope you guys are as excited as I am. I got a lot of videos coming out for the 20th. That's gonna be awesome. Have a good one. I'm bad at ending this. I'm just gonna go peace. Oh, I guess what I can do is I can leave you guys with a good song. Is it this one? I like this one a lot. This is a good one. Yeah, this one's a good one. All right, you guys have a good one. Peace.
What we started.